Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Today we are going to see controlling the function of management. Controlling refers to comparison of actual performance with the planned performance and taking corrective actions in case of deviations between actual and planned performance. So here in this function of management, we compare the actual performance with the planned performance which we have already planned at the time of performing planning function, and we take corrective actions if we see any deviation between the actual and planned performance. Coming to the nature of controlling, controlling is a goal oriented function because we are trying to use the resources of the organization efficiently and effectively. Okay, so we do this to increase our resources in an efficient way and effective way. Okay, so we say controlling is a goal oriented function, and all this is done to achieve the predetermined goals. Next, controlling is a pervasive function because controlling is exercised in all levels of management. So it is not fixed to a particular level, it is applicable to all levels of management. Okay, so that's why we call it as pervasive function. And controlling is considered as both backward and forward looking function because when we say backward looking function, it measures and compares the actual performance with the predetermined standards which were fixed in the past during planning function. We call it as forward looking function because the feedback which is given after controlling function will be the base for the next plan. Okay, so based on the experience of the previous plan through controlling function, the next plan is framed. Okay, so that's why we say controlling is both backward and forward looking function. Next, controlling is a continuous function because continuous review of performance and revision of standard is important. Okay, so that's why we say controlling is a continuous function. Next, we'll see the importance of controlling. The first importance of controlling is it helps in accomplishing organizational goals. By measuring the performance of the employees, we actually find out the deviation and we make sure we put all activities of the employees on a right track to accomplish the organization's goal. Next is judging accuracy of standards. An effective control system helps the organization to verify whether the standards set are accurate and objective. Okay, so it keeps a careful check on the changes that are taking place in the business environment, and based on the changes we will revise our standards. Okay, suppose if there is any changes happening in the business environment, based on those changes we will revise or we will make a revision of standards. Okay, so that's why we say it judges accuracy of standards. Next, making efficient use of resources. It helps to reduce the wastages. When we follow controlling function, it helps to reduce wastages, and when wastages are reduced, we optimally utilize the resources that are available. Okay, so here we ensure that each and every activity is performed as per the predetermined standards. Next, it improves employee motivation. This controlling function communicates the role of an employee well in advance, so they know what are the standards on which they have to work, so that it gives a good clarity for the employees on their work. So when they are showing their best performance, they will be appraised for it. So in this way, it motivates the employees. Next, ensuring order and discipline. An efficient control system creates an atmosphere of order and discipline in the organization because controlling keeps a continuous check on the employees, because a continuous check on the employees will actually help to minimize the undesirable activities of the employees towards the management. Next is facilitating coordination in action. Controlling provides direction to all activities and goals. Okay, each department and employee, they are governed on predetermined standards which are already set, and they are well coordinated with each other at the time of planning itself. So in this way, this ensures overall organization's objective are accomplished. Okay, so that is why we say controlling facilitates coordination in action. Next, we are going to see the limitations of controlling. The first limitation of controlling is there will be a difficulty in setting quantitative standards. Okay, so when the standards are in measurable terms, then it is easy to measure the performance of an employee. Okay, so even that when we set during planning function, it is difficult. Okay, because it is very difficult to measure the human behavior and employees morale, and based on that only we have to set the quantitative standards. So the first limitation of controlling is there is a difficulty in setting quantitative standards. Next, we have a little control on the external factors, because controlling function deals only with the internal forces. Okay, so controlling will have a check only on the internal forces, that is our employees and all other factors inside the organization. So we cannot have a control, or we cannot completely have a control on the external forces. Okay, so it's difficult to control the external forces by using controlling function. Next is resistance from employees. Employees at times may resist the control because it may interfere their work freedom, and they may think that it creates a restriction for their performance. Okay, so in that way they may resist for controlling function. Next, it is a costly affair. It is an expensive process because it involves lot of time. We need a time to do controlling function, and it involves cost and efforts. Okay, so these three are involved in the controlling process, and that is why we say it is expensive. Because of this reason, small organizations may not be able to afford to this controlling function. Okay, and it is effective only when the benefits are derived from it exceeds the cost involved in it. That is, whatever is the amount we have spent in that controlling function, suppose if we are reaping the benefit something more than that, then it is beneficial to apply this controlling function in our organization. Okay, so these are the four limitations of controlling function. Today we have learned what is controlling function, the nature, its importances and limitations. To receive our online lessons, please press the subscribe button and you will receive the latest updates. Thank you.